On a scale of 1 to 10, how crooked am I? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darian and welcome to the first vlog for the Tarot Readathon. So if you don't know, the Tarot Readathon is hosted by my friends Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages and Daijah from Daijah's Book World. I'll leave them both linked down below, as well as their announcement videos. But essentially, I think I've done this readathon every year that they've done it. I think this might be the 4th round. But it's a super fun readathon where you get your reading prompts from tarot cards. I know nothing about tarot, but I know I trust Noelle with my life in terms of tarot. And I always love pulling my cards throughout the month. So we're gonna do our first pull now. I will say I have been reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, but I'm not gonna count it. Even though it has the occult, you know, the vibes fit for this readathon, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm already 100 pages into it. I'm not gonna count it for the tarot readathon. I don't even know if there's any rules. Okay, well I would need to get a prompt for it anyway, so whatever. I'm just not gonna count Bride. I am about to go for a walk and I need a new audiobook to listen to, so I thought we could do our first pull, I guess. I almost said spin. Our first pull for the tarot readathon and see what audiobook I'm gonna listen to. I really hope I get a prompt that could fit My Friends by Frederick Bachman because my hold came in. I have that out from the library and I would love if I could read that before I have to return my hold. So we are hoping. So here she is. I don't know if you could see, but I'm gonna pick, I don't know, what's calling to me. Let's see. I'm gonna pick this one. Ooh, so I got 3 of Cups. See that. 3 of Cups. Oh, also I am on Team Pentacles. I should mention that. So the leaders for Team Pentacles are Elizabeth from Museum Grack Reads, Steph from Stephanie, I cannot speak today, Stephanie Bookish, and Mo from the Roomies Digest. So I'll leave them all linked down below as well. Okay, yes, 3 of, what did I get? 3 of Cups. All right, I'm looking in the Google Doc. 3, but it's not just 3, right? Wait, now I'm confused. 3 of Cups. Oh, I get it. 3 of Cups. Read a book featuring, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it right now. The tarot gods? Literally the prompt, 3 of Cups? I'm not lying. The prompt is to read a book featuring friendship. I think My Friends could count it. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Am I the only one that thinks that's crazy? Oh my god. Okay, so I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Oh my god, wow. 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 Okay, anyways, I need to have a moment. Okay, so the first book we're going to be starting for the Tarot Readathon is My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I am so excited. I'm so excited to read this. I think I've only ever read Frederick Bachman on audio, so I'm going to continue the tradition. I honestly don't, I remember, obviously it's about friends, and it involves a painting. I think it's like this painter painted a painting of these three friends sitting like on this pier, on this boardwalk or something, and the painting like becomes like really famous, and then we find out about the lives of these 3 friends. It's something like that. I will give a better synopsis once I start this book, but wow, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I can't believe that happened. Anyways, so yes, that starts today, as well as the Herkyed Readathon, which is the, or not readathon, reading challenge, which is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. That is hosted by QWERTY. I'll leave her announcement video and her channel link down below. Essentially, I don't know how to explain this except that it's literally the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. This is the 2nd round that they are doing it. I hadn't heard about it until very recently. The first round, well, I guess technically it starts on July 7th, but I've decided to start July 1st. It's just easier for me to remember. So it's a year-long reading challenge. It goes from July 25, July 26, and there's like a bajillion prompts. And so I'll figure out what I could use My Friends for. For that one, I am using Bride just because it's a year-long reading challenge. I need all the help I can get. But okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. I am so excited. I'm gonna go for a walk. Maybe get some snacks because one of the, what is it called? Upright gift for the Pentacles team is to treat yourself to your favorite snack, beverage, or dessert after you finish your first book. Not that I'll finish my friends today, but I should have some snacks anyways, right? So yeah, so we're gonna go for a walk and start my friends. I'm so excited. Friday, right? Yeah, today's Friday. I haven't updated it in a few days, but I am almost done Bride now. I'm on page 325 and I think there's about 400 pages. Yeah, a little under 400 pages. So I'm pretty sure I can finish this tonight, and I want to because tomorrow we're going up north to a cottage and I want to bring other books and not have to bring this for only 80 pages, you know? Anyways, I'm having a silly goofy time with this. There's something about Ali Hazelwood's writing that is just so, like, I forgot how funny she was, and I'm just eating this up. I don't remember if I explained what this is about, but essentially all you need to know is a vampire and a werewolf fall in love, okay? And they have an arranged marriage to try to like bring peace between the vampires and the werewolves. And lo and behold, they fall in love, and I'm just having such a fun time with this. It is definitely very spicy, but it is very fun. I'm really liking it. So like I said, I want to finish this tonight because yeah, tomorrow we're going up north to a cottage for 4 days. It should be fun. I'm not even stressed about it. But I am excited to be there and to just read for 4 days. I'm hoping, you know, when you go on a trip and you're like, how many books should I bring? Like 10, right? For a 4-day trip, because I think I'm just gonna suddenly turn into a reading machine. I don't know. So we need to figure out what books I'm gonna bring, but I wanted to update on this. And then also I started reading My Friends by Frederick Bachman. As we all remember, that was for the, I think it was the Three of Cups tarot card, to read a book featuring friendship, which was perfect for this book. So I'm about 40% into the audiobook of that, and I'm really enjoying it. I forgot that Frederick Bachman just like wants to ruin your life. I haven't read one of his books, I think, since last year, and that was just a novella. So I haven't read a novel from him in a while, but I'm really liking it. It is indeed about these 3 boys who are featured in this very famous painting, and then you're in like the present day with following this girl who is like obsessed with the painting and ends up meeting one of the boys in the painting. And then you also go back in time to when the artist painted the painting and you find out kind of the story behind it. And it's just really beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of trigger warnings, like every Frederick Bachman book. There's a lot about mental health and just abuse and a lot of dark themes, but it's also like overall very hopeful. Oh, also terminal illness. Just check the trigger warnings before you pick it up, but I think it's just beautiful. I really like the audiobook too, so I'm really liking that book and I'm really glad that I'm reading it right now. But I figured before we go away, so that I know what books I should bring, I think I'm gonna pull 3 tarot cards and bring 3 books, but I'm also gonna bring my Kindle so that if ever there's an emergency and I run out of books, at least I have my Kindle with me. So I need my helper. First, I'll pick a card. So here, remember this? Here's the proof. So first, I'll pick a card. I want this one. We got the King of Wands. King of Wands. Oh God. Read a book with the chosen one trope. Oh no. Okay. I will think about that. Okay, next here you can pick a card. Okay, what is it? Strength 8. Is that how you say it? Strength 8 or strength the 8?
8 of strength.
8 of strength? How do I even... Oh, strength. Okay. Read a book that features animals in some way. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. Okay, and then I'll pick one more. I want this one. The Knight of Cups. I don't even know if you can see anything, but I feel like I need to show
You gotta
proof.
show or else they won't believe you.
I don't want anyone to think I'm cheating. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Read a book with a character going through emotional turmoil. Girl, that's everything I read. Okay. Okay, so I'll find 3 books that match those prompts, and that's what I'll bring on vacation with me. But yeah, so I doubt I'll read any of my friends while we're there unless I feel like listening to an audiobook, but I definitely want to try to finish this tonight so that I don't have to bring this with me. This could have kind of counted for the chosen one. Chosen one? Chosen one. I'm gonna have to look at my Goodreads. Okay. We're gonna figure that out, and then the next time we speak we'll probably be up at the cottage. So I'll see you then.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know.
Hello everyone. As you can probably tell, we are at the cottage now. There's a mosquito flying around. It is Sunday. We got here yesterday, but like, oh my god, we were both so tired when we got here. The drive was it was like a hour and a half, 2-hour drive. When we got here, we brought all our bags in, and then like explored a little bit, and then we just crashed out. We had one of those naps where like when you wake up you don't even know what planet you're on, you know? So I did an update yesterday, but we're here now. It is like 11 in the morning and I've just been reading and having a great time. Hopefully you can hear me, by the way. There's a lot of noise, but anyways, our cabin is super cute. It's very small and very like rustic and cozy. I love it. There's a fireplace and it's just great. I love it. It's exactly what I needed. We are like fully surrounded by the woods. We're like in the middle of the forest. There's a lake not too far, but it's a very like small and secluded lake, and it's shared with like the other properties around here. So I don't know how much, if we'll spend any time down there. I honestly don't mind just hanging out here. Right now I'm sitting on this like swing that's just outside the cottage. It's perfect. I'm so happy. This is like exactly what I needed. I just needed to get away. I needed to be in nature for a few days. But yeah, I'm so happy. So I have been reading a lot. So last night I started reading Favorite Daughter by Morgan Dick. And this is a book that I saw while I was buying books for work a little while ago. I don't remember. I think this came out a couple months ago. And it is about these two sisters who share a father, and one sister, the father left him and her mom when she was 7, I think. He just like up and left, and then he started a new family with another woman, and they had the other daughter. And they both know that they exist, but they've never met. They don't know what each other looks like. And so obviously the first daughter holds a lot of anger towards her father for just leaving her family when she was young. Also, the father just passed away, like at the very beginning of the book. He just passed away, and the second daughter was very close with him. She took care of him while he was sick, and so she's having a very hard time dealing with his death, while the first daughter is feeling a lot of very complicated feelings, as you might expect, because she is angry at him, but she's also feeling some grief at, you know, the father that she always wanted. And so what ends up happening is the father leaves his inheritance of like $5 million $5 million to the first daughter, who he hasn't seen in like 25 years or something. And the second daughter was expecting the inheritance. She finds out that she didn't get anything. But what the dad had did was, in his will, he said the first daughter will only get this inheritance if she goes to 7 therapy sessions. And lo and behold, the therapist she ends up seeing is the second daughter. Neither of them recognize each other. They know each other's names, but both of them go by nicknames. The first daughter is Mickey and the second one is Arlo, so they don't realize that that's who they're talking to. Mickey also deals with addiction. She is an alcoholic, and she definitely inherited that from her father, and they're both just going through a really hard time. And so I am about like halfway through. I'm on page 156, so basically about exactly halfway through, because I think there's 300 pages of this. But I'm really enjoying it. Like, this is a debut novel, and I think you can definitely tell it's a debut novel. Sometimes the writing just feels a little bit clunky. I don't know, but I'm like really invested in the story. I want to see what ends up happening with these sisters. I'm sure they will find out soon about each other's identities. Also, there is one character who is the father's lawyer, and he knows the identity of these two sisters, and that one is seeing the other for therapy sessions, but he's not allowed to say anything because of like client confidentiality. So he ends up like getting in the middle of all these situations, and he's also dealing with a lot too with his own mental health. So I will say definitely this book is heavy on the mental health, on grief, like I mentioned, alcoholism and addiction. There's also mention of suicide in this book. So it is a heavy read, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really like, I feel connected to these two sisters, and I'm excited to just keep reading it. So I definitely think I can finish this today. It's still early in the day, and my plan today is just to read. That's basically it. I'll probably sit here for a little while and read, and then we'll make food at some point. There's a lot of games here, so we might do that later. We also brought a puzzle. I'm just very excited to have like a chill time, because I haven't really had a break since I started my job last August. Like the longest break I had, I think, has been 4 days because of holidays or whatnot, or when I was sick, but I don't count that as really a break. So this is very much needed, and yeah, I'm just so happy to be here. So I figured I owed you guys an update, and I'm just gonna keep reading and living my best life.
I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. Hello to Mona.
Okay, hi. So I am clearly back home now. It is actually Wednesday. We got back from the cottage yesterday, but I was so I was so tired when we got home. Like you would think I didn't just spend the past few days relaxing at a cottage. No. I was so exhausted when I got home yesterday, so I definitely did not feel like updating. And then today I woke up with a migraine and I was not feeling too good, but I feel a lot better now. So I figured I should end this vlog. But I do have a lot of updates because I did not really update you guys much while we were at the cottage. I really wanted to focus on just like enjoying my time, being in nature, being with Sean, reading books, you know, all that jazz. So apologies for not updating too much, but it's what I needed. I needed to be like disconnected from everything. I mean, I checked my phone a little bit, but I mostly just hung out with Sean and read, and that was really it. And that's what I really needed. So that was really nice. I had a great time, but I realized first of all that I never gave a final update on Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So I did end up finishing this the night before we left, which was last Friday. And I really enjoyed this. I thought it was super fun. I really liked Misery as a character. I really liked Lo. I loved his sister. I can't remember her name, but I loved his sister. And I just thought it was like a silly, goofy time. But I just love Ali Hazelwood's writing, and I feel like I would like anything she writes, honestly, because she just has like a very specific type of humor that I really like. And yeah, I just thought it was really fun. I mean, you know, the stuff at the end was a bit much for me, but that's okay. I was expecting it. It's fine. So I gave this a 4.5. I just had a lot of fun with it, and I read it fairly quickly, and I'm just really happy I read it. And then I talked about this book a bit when we were at the cottage, but I read Favorite Daughter by Morgan Dick, and I forgot to mention I chose this for the prompt. I can't remember what the card was, but the prompt was to read a book where a character is going through emotional turmoil. So I think if you remember my synopsis of this book, these characters are definitely going through some emotional turmoil. And I did finish this book that night. I read it in a day. And I really liked it. I gave it a 4-star. I think you could definitely tell this is the author's debut novel, but I'm really excited to see like where her writing goes from here, because I feel like she's already a pretty strong writer. I just like, I ended up really caring about the characters, and I love books that kind of explore humanity. And I think the main takeaway of this book is like everyone's just trying their best, and like you never really know what someone is going through. And so if you see like someone acting a certain way, it's very easy to pass judgment, but like you have no idea what they've been through and what they are currently going through. And yeah, oh, my bookmark's coming out. But I just love books that explore themes like that. And I mean, these two are definitely not, well, I don't want to say they're unlikable. They definitely make some mistakes. They definitely do some things that you're like, ooh, that's not good. But you also just kind of learn to care for them because you feel sympathy towards them, because as you start to learn about their past and what they're currently going through. So anyways, I thought it was very interesting. And it's a fairly new release, and it's by a Canadian author, so I highly recommend this one. But I can't remember if I mentioned, but pretty sure I did, but just in case, trigger warnings for addiction, alcoholism, grief, mention of suicide. But yeah, check the trigger warnings before you read this, but I really liked it. And then for the prompt to read a book that features animals in some way, I decided to pick up Heartless by Elsie Silver, because I figured a cowboy romance, that means there's gonna be horses, so features animals. And they're on a ranch. They talk about cows, so this definitely counted. I also read this in a day. I was a reading machine while we were there. I read Favorite Daughter in one day and then this the next day. I will say I do have some issues with this book, and it's unfortunate because I have heard this is a lot of people's favorite book in the Chestnut Springs series, and I don't know. I mean, there's something about these books. These books are very smutty. I read Flawless last year and I enjoyed it. I gave it a 3.5. I don't think the writing is particularly good, but I had a fun time with it, and I definitely see why people like it. This one, there was a lot that really bothered me about this book. First of all, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted about this, but there was a line near the beginning that used the word asexual as a descriptor for someone who is... Here, I'll read the line to you if I can find it. It was near the beginning. The context is we're following our male main character, Cade, who is one of the brothers that live in Chestnut Springs and at this ranch or whatever. And he's looking for a nanny for his young son for the summer because he's gonna be working a lot and he doesn't want to bother any of his brothers or his dad to take care of his son for him. So he's looking to hire a nanny. And he meets Willa, who is Summer from the first book, her best friend. And Summer's like, oh, my best friend Willa would be great for this job. So he meets her, but she's super pretty and she's very attractive and he is attracted to her right away. And so he's like, there's no way that she can nanny my son because she's too attractive. So he's like, in his head, he's talking about like how she couldn't possibly take care of his son because she's too attractive and she's too bubbly, she's too young. So he says, she's nothing like the uninteresting, responsible, asexual nun who also wants to do fun things with an active little boy I've had in mind for the job. And I feel like, first of all, I cannot even tell you how many times I have read almost that exact line, or like that is conveying the same meaning in so many books. And I feel like it's happening more and more recently. It happened in God of the Woods. It happened in We Were Dreamers. Is that what that book's called? By Simu Liu. It happened in 7 Days in June. It happens in shows too. Like two of my favorite shows of all time, Brooklyn Nine-Nine and New Girl. They both include a line like this. So like, I'm not saying that's why this book is bad, but that was right at the beginning and it definitely left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm just really tired of people not knowing what asexuality is and using it as a descriptor for someone who is uninteresting, someone who is undesirable. He compared her to a nun, so someone who's celibate. Asexual people have sex. Some asexual people don't and some do. It's like, anyways, I'm not here to teach, but it's just so frustrating that no wonder there's so much misunderstanding about asexuality, because these books are really popular and people read them and they're like, oh, asexual means that you don't have sex or you're unattractive or something like that. So it just really bothers me. It's just such, like, for any other person, and maybe I'm overreacting, but it bothers me and I think that's valid. And like, anyone who likes this book, it's fine. Like, I don't think Elsie Silver is an acephobe. I just don't think she knows what being asexual means. I'm just really tired of seeing that. Like, I just wanted to read a silly little romance book, and whenever I read a line like that, it like really hits me and makes me really upset. So anyway, I'll get off my, what is it? My shoebox? I'll get off my soapbox. Not shoebox. So we didn't start off very well, and continuing on, I just really didn't like Cade. He is 13 years older than Willa and he does not shut up about it. He keeps me like, oh my god, I'm so much older. He is 38, I think, and she's 25. So like, yes, he's older, but it's fine. But he's like, oh my god, she's so young. And I'm like, okay, be quiet. And like, just some of the descriptions of her when we're in his head made me so uncomfortable. He kept talking about how he had this like primal urge to chase her, and I was like, ooh, I don't love that. And anyways, like, I personally don't love the sex scenes. I mean, in the first book they were fine. In this book I thought they were a little too much for me. I know, you know, whatever, to each their own. For me, they were a little too much. So I gave this a 2.25. It's definitely a lower rating because of the asexual comment, but I just didn't love it. But I did read it very fast. It was a very quick read, and I did really like his son, Luke. He was so cute. And I definitely do want to continue with this series because the next book is Powerless, I think it's called, which is about Jasper, who's the hockey player, and I really like him. He seems like a sweet boy. So I do want to continue this series, and I do want to read the next book because I think I'll like that one more than this one. So those are the books I ended up finishing at the cottage. And then last night I started my book for the prompt to read a book with the chosen one trope. I've been told this has the chosen one trope, and like, I'm about 20% into it, and I feel like I can say that it does. It seems like that's where it's going. But I can't believe I'm reading this. But I started, can you see the cover? I started the first book. Here, let me show you. I started the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. It's called The Awakening, I think. On the Kindle cover, it just says Zodiac Academy, but pretty sure it's called The Awakening. So this is a very, very popular romantasy series. I think it's considered romantasy. And there's like 12, I don't know, there's a million books in this series. They get longer and longer. This one's only about 400 pages, so at least that. I know this is a very popular series on like Book Talk, and it is currently being traditionally published. And I know that because at the library, if you don't know, I buy books for 9 different libraries, not just the one I work at. So I've been getting emails from librarians being like, can you add this to our list? We want to buy these books. I'm like, okay. So anyway, so I know they're being traditionally published, but I just got it from Kindle Unlimited. Anyways, this is about these twins named Darcy and Tori, and they're twins. Their parents died when they were babies. They have been in foster care since they were babies, and they just turned 18, so they've been looking forward to have their freedom. But the night, is it the night they turn 18? Right after they turn 18, they're visited by this random guy who's like, you're gonna come with me, and they feel like compelled to listen to him, and they're like, why would we want to go with a stranger? But also like something in them is telling them to go with him. So he brings them to this like not alternate, but this like other world called Solaris, I think it's called. And he's like, yeah, actually you are the heirs to the throne of Solaris. You are like the descendants of the king and queen who died, and you were switched as babies. And so they're at this school called the Zodiac Academy. They have powers. They seem to be more powerful than anyone else. And there's these 4 boys from 4 different families who like were supposed to be the heirs, but now that they found these twins, it, you know, doesn't look like they're gonna have the throne, so they're upset. But I think they're gonna fall in love or something, I don't know. So it's a very silly, goofy time so far. It reads very quickly, and I don't know, I'm interested to see where this goes. I know a lot of my friends read this series and they just call it addicting, and I really hope it could be something like that for me. Like, this could be a series I return to when I need something, just like something to turn my brain off, you know? Yeah, also, do you want to look at my... Can you see? I like my stickers. Most of these are from, in case you're wondering, most of these are from Gigi and Bo. I think the book stack or whatever is from Redbubble. This is the turtle my mom got for me from Costa Rica. Oh, and this is from Stay at Home Club. This sticker that says yikes. Yeah. And the rest are from Gigi and Bo, I think. Anyways, those are all my updates. I think we're all caught up now. So it was a very successful reading week. I'm really happy with how much I read at the cottage, because I definitely had this like vision of me just like reading all day, every day. And that's basically what happened. And I'm very happy about that. So we did it. So yeah, let me know if you're participating in the Tower Readathon. Let me know how it's going for you. It's going very well for me so far, but I definitely want to keep up this momentum. I still have today, tomorrow, and Friday off from work, and then I go back Saturday. So I'll try to read as much as I can until I have to go back. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched till the end, leave the chicken emoji, because there was a chicken coop next to our cottage and I loved those chickens. They were so cute. So leave a chicken emoji, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon with another video soon.